This video was triggered by a recent meeting I had with a school friend. I met him after almost 30 years. Like many, he was forced to take up an engineering line, civil engineering to be specific, based purely on his entrance exam marks. He had no real interest in the field. After graduating from a degree he never wanted, for a couple of years he took up a tough job with field work in a civil engineering firm in India. He hated every single day at work. He said his real career breakthrough happened when he went abroad for his master's degree in the United States and changed his career completely from civil engineering to technology. And the best part of the story? He studied abroad for free and graduated with zero debt. In this video, we cover ways in which you can do just that, get a free education. We'll also cover the risks you need to be cautious about, so your free ride does not turn into a roller coaster. So watch the full video. While the temptation to study and work abroad is high, there are roadblocks that stop many international students from getting there. Among the biggest hurdles you'll face as a prospective foreign student while thinking about an overseas education is the cost of getting the international graduate or postgraduate degree. The good programs can cost anywhere between $50,000 to over $150,000. In Indian rupees, you're looking at spending between 40 lakh to over a crore. Most middle class families cannot afford it. But what if you could have your cake and eat it too? Many international students from middle class families have been able to do that. On the MBA Crystal Ball website, you'll find several success stories of Indian students who studied abroad for MS and MBA degrees at the top universities for free. We'll share them in the description below. How do they do it? Some of them have very strong profiles, including IIT, McKinsey, that help them crack into elite universities. However, most are regular folks who adopted a not-so-regular application strategy to get special treatment from the universities. There are different avenues to explore in order to bag the ultimate deal in higher education. Let's take a look at how to study abroad for free as an international student. Choose the right study abroad destination and country. There are countries where the colleges don't charge a tuition fee at all. Consider Germany as an example, where tuition is banned by many states. Strange, you might think. But the German government views education as an investment rather than an expense. There is a catch though. For many of these free degrees in Germany, the medium of instruction is German. Also, the free ride is mostly limited to public universities that don't rank very high. The top ranking universities charge a fee. Brazil also has very low tuition for foreigners. But again, language challenges can come up. If the unfamiliar language is a turn-off for you, there are other countries that offer free education or very low tuition. Norway and Slovenia fall in that list. Now the issue, as you might have noticed, is that these names don't come up when you think about the best study abroad countries for international students. If you're among those who are not comfortable to manage such a big cultural transition, you could stick to English-speaking countries and still manage to study abroad for free. Choose the right degree, such as an MS or MBA or a PhD. Popular study abroad countries like the US don't have tuition-free colleges, but they have a huge amount of financial assistance options, including scholarships for international students. Having said that, all degrees are not created alike. Take the example of master's degrees such as MBA, MS, MPhil, MIM. You are more likely to get scholarships for an MS than for an MBA. Why so? An MBA is considered to be a commercial degree, which gives excellent returns to students. So the question they have is, why subsidize education for them? And that's exactly why the cost of an MBA is several times more than an MS degree. In absolute terms, a 25% MBA scholarship at a top business school is equivalent to a full scholarship in many MS programs. Doctoral level education or PhD degrees get some love too in some countries. Finland offers PhD degrees for free, but you'll bump into the same cultural issues as mentioned in the earlier point. In many countries, you could get your entire PhD funded if your research topic falls in the high priority category for the professors, universities, and the funding agencies. We recently worked with an applicant who got into a fully funded PhD program in the best business school. The scholarship and stipend was worth over $350,000 or 2.5 crores in Indian rupees. Sounds pretty crazy, right? But such programs are extremely competitive to get into. And the applicant planned for it several years in advance before coming to MBA Crystal Ball for application work. We'll share his story in the description. Apply early in your career. While you're still in your early 20s, you're more likely to apply to programs like MS than for MBA. So in some ways, this is linked to the earlier point about choosing the right degree. But it still deserves a separate mention to highlight the mentality of the course designers and the scholarship decision makers. The perception of the admission office changes when they see applicants with significant experience. They think such students have spent enough time working, earning, and saving. They are capable enough to pay the tuition fee without needing much support from the university. When you're applying earlier, they know your bank balance is not as colorful as your social media profile. And not getting any support might scare away the good students. Crack the study abroad entrance exams. Regardless of the degree or the country you have in mind, all universities want to look good to external evaluators. What do we mean by that? We are referring to the leading publications that come out with worldwide university rankings, where they pitch colleges against each other and try to rank them on the same scale, despite the huge subjective differences. In these rankings, there are two dimensions that are talked about the most: placement statistics, including average salaries, and the selectivity, where entrance exam scores count a lot. Your GRE, GMAT, SAT, ACT scores matter a lot in that race. The higher you score, the better your odds of getting extra honey on your bread. English proficiency exam scores, such as TOEFL and IELTS, are important too for getting an admit, but not as crucial in scholarship decisions. Explore alternative financing options. Sometimes free money, that is scholarships with no strings attached, is not easily available, especially at the top universities. But some of them might want you to sweat a little and earn that money in return for a waiver or a lower fee structure. Graduate assistantships are the biggest sources of financial aid for international universities. In this, you take up part-time work within the university and get paid in return. If you think about it, it's a win-win situation for both universities and students. As a student, the overseas education experience ceases to be just an academic exercise, as you get to work abroad and develop practical skills. In this situation, the university is not under undue pressure to distribute free lunches and put a strain on its resources. Instead of hiring expensive professionals from outside, they can tap into the global resource pool in their backyard and get some basic work done in-house. But here's the big question: is education really free? Don't get too carried away by the free education label. There may be a bigger price you end up paying that you've never planned for. The tuition may be free, but there's also the cost of living. Additionally, there's an opportunity cost to the decision. And here's the biggest part: you're investing a significant part of your life to get this degree. Are you sure that a free degree with limited market value is the best deal for your career? Instead of getting obsessed about getting a free degree from a mediocre university, would it make sense to go for a reasonably priced degree from a good university? Most candidates don't think about these uncomfortable questions and end up with a paper degree that does not take their career anywhere. But if you do your background research well and have a risk management plan to tackle the worst case scenario, then it can be a life-changing experience. MBA Crystal Ball provides admission consulting services for MBA as well as master's programs such as MS, MIM, MFE, and many others. In your quest for affordable or free education abroad, if you need help with profile building, university selection, and application improvement, send us an email to work with our top study abroad consultants. Good luck.